Hi everyone. So the numericals on chapter 2 of module 1, that is the composition of coplanar concurrent force system. Here the first numerical which is belongs to you know parallelogram law of forces, that is to determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant of two forces of magnitude is given as 12 Newton and 9 Newton acting at a point if the angle between the two forces is F1 is equal to 12 Newton and F2 is 9 Newton and alpha is 30 degree. So we can just directly use the equation resultant R is equal to square root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 times of F1 F2 cos alpha. Then we can just do the substitution. F1 is 12 Newton and F2 is 9 and alpha is 30. So that is R is equal to square root of 12 square plus 9 square plus 2 into 12 into 9 into cos 30 degree. And the resultant is 20.3 Newton. So we'll get to know what is the magnitude of the resultant. The next is direction. So to find out the direction, theta is equal to tan inverse of F2 sin alpha by F1 plus F2 cos alpha. That can be written as theta is equal to tan inverse of 9 sin 30 degree by 12 plus 9 cos 30 degree. That is theta is equal to 12.81 degrees. And the next numerical, find the magnitude of two equal forces acting at a point with an angle of 60 degree between them if the resultant is equal to 30 square root 3 Newton. So that says that F1 is equal to F2 and is equal to F. See, find the magnitude of two equal forces. So it is very clearly given. That is, the resultant is given as 30 square root 3 Newton and alpha is given as 60. So directly we can use the equation R is equal to square root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 times of F1 F2 cos alpha. Then F1 and F2 are equal because it is two equal forces. Then R is equal to square root of F square plus 2 F into cos 60. Then R is equal to square root of F square plus F square. That is cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 2F square into 1 by 2 is 2 get cancelled. So that will become R is equal to square root 3F. So that is 3 square plus 3 square plus 3 square. F square plus F square plus F square, that will become 3F square, or if we just removing that, it will become square root 3F. Then F is equal to 30 Newton. So how we will say 30 Newton? We know R is equal to 30 root 3 Newton. Then F will become 30 Newton. In the next numerical, find the magnitude and direction of the resultant of force system of concurrent force as shown in figure. So in the previous session, in the last video session, I told you there will be a number of forces which are started from a single point of a single plane. So that has been resolved with respect to the angle of inclination. So we can see the sketch here. There will be 4 different kinds of forces. One is 20, 25, 30 and 35. The angle of inclination is 30 degree. Other one is 90, 45 and 40 degree. So now we have to make it in terms of resolution with respect to x and y direction. So sigma fx will become, and we have to see the direction 20 cos 30. So horizontally right and vertically up. So fx is nothing but all the forces in x direction. So plus 20 cos 30 because it is acting horizontally right. The next minus 30 cos 45 horizontally left, and here it is again minus 35 sin 40, again it is horizontally left. So why it is sin or why it is cos, we can see here x will become all the cos because all the inclination with respect to horizontal, here it will become horizontal right, horizontal left and horizontal left. That's why it is plus 20 cos 30 minus 30 cos 45 and minus 35 cos 40. Then sigma fx is minus 30.70 Newton. Then when it is coming to sigma fy, there will be 4 forces. That is, the one is inclined which has been resolved vertically upward as plus 20 sin 30, and here it is plus 25, and the other one is horizontal vertically up, that is plus 30 cos 40 plus 30 sin 45. Then here which is vertically down, so minus 35 sin 40. So sigma Fi is 33.72 Newton. So you should be very careful with respect to the equilibrium conditions which has been assumed. So plus sign will be used for horizontally right, vertically upward forces, and minus sign will be used horizontally left and vertically downward sign. Then the resultant is square root of sigma fx square plus sigma fy square. that is square root of minus 30.70 square plus 33.72 square. Then the resultant is 45.60 Newton. Then if you want to find out after finding out magnitude, it is about the direction, that is theta is equal to tan inverse of sigma fx by sigma fy by sigma fx, that is 33.72 by 30.70. Then theta is equal to 47.68 degrees. Then move on to the next one. Yeah, the 26 kilonewton force is the resultant of two forces. One of the force is shown in figure. Determine the other force. So there is one force which is given. The resultant of two forces are there. We have to find out the other one as shown in the figure. So x-axis and y-axis, the side slope is given instead of the angle. That is 3 meter vertical and 3 is vertically up and 4 is horizontal left. And here it is again 12 horizontal and 5 is vertical. So 26 kilonewton, other one is 10 kilonewton. So we have to find out the resultant, other forces. Let F be the magnitude of the unscorn force, which is Fx and Fy, as its component is in x and y direction. Then component of resultant in x direction. So to find out that, we have to use just like a triangle. One is 12, other one is 5, then the other resultant will become 13. That is square root of 5 square plus 12 square. The same way here it is 3 by 4. Then square root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is 9 plus 16. Square root of 25 is 5. So here it is also same, square root of 5 square plus 12 square, that is 25 plus 144, that is 169. Here the resultant is 13 and here the resultant is 5. So why we have to say 13 and 5, I'll tell you later. So when it is coming to calculate the resultant component in x and y direction, it is important. So Rx is equal to 26 into cos theta 1. That is 26 into 5 by 13. So what is cos theta? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is 5, hypotenuse is 13. So cos theta 1 is 5 by 13. So 26 into 5 by 13 is 12 kilonewton. Then component of R in y direction, that is 26 sine theta 1, that is 26 into 12 by 13. That will become 24 kilonewton. Then component of F and 10 kilonewton in x direction, Fx plus 10 cos theta 2. That is Fx plus 10 into 4 by 5. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse, 4 by 5. Then that will become Fx plus 8. You can just keep that in terms of Fx plus 8 itself. Then component of F and 10 kilonewton in y direction, that will become Fx plus 10 into sin theta 2. So sin theta 2 is 3 by 5. That is opposite by hypotenuse. Then that will become, Fi plus 10 into 3 by 5 is Fi plus 6. Then resultant in terms of x, that will become 10 is equal to Fx plus 8. Then another equation is 24 is equal to Fi plus 6. Then Fx is equal to 2 kilonewton and Fi is equal to 18 kilonewton. But if you want to find out what is F, that will become square root of Fx square plus Fi square. That will become square root of 2 square plus 18 square as 18.11 kilonewton. Then theta 2 is equal to tan inverse of Fi by Fx. That is tan inverse of 18 by 2 is 83.66, and theta 2 is inclination of F with respect to x-axis is 83.66 degrees.